Hey there, everybody. This is Don Evans for WatchReport.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Prometheus Piranha. For those of you not familiar with this new model or are looking at it for the first time, Prometheus announced this watch quite early in this year of 2014. And there were a few delays, which brought up the release till October, as expected a lot of times with these micro brands. There's usually always delays in manufacturing, and of course they wanted to make sure the product was perfect before it was sent out. This, of course, is the yellow dial version. There are a orange dial, there's an orange dial, a white dial, and there's a black dial, but the black dial has been delayed until November release. The price on this comes to just about $428 USD. It has a Miyota 9015 automatic movement, sapphire crystal, and you can see the sapphire crystal does raise above the bezel. It is a 44mm vintage style case, 22mm lugs, about 52mm lug to lug here. There is a, let's call it a characterized version of a Piranha, a very mean looking Piranha on the case back here, very cool designed case back. Now I'm going to try and show you here up close, and as you can see, the edges of those crystal do reflect light a little bit, and you can see it here as I'm showing it to you in the video. So I don't want to say call it distortion, but you are going to notice that even when you are wearing the watch. Now, there are some differences between the yellow dial and the other variations. One of them being, I know the black dial version and the white dial version, the markers on the solid stainless steel bezel are not filled in with the enamel. They are clear, much like a, if anybody's familiar with, like I say, a Swiss Army Dive Master. On the yellow dial and the orange dial, you will see that they filled it in with the enamel to give it some contrast. Not really sure why they chose to do it on two models and not two others. I'm not sure what the reasoning there for that is, but I just wanted to point out that there are differences. So if you like this review, but you're not a yellow dial fan, and you're like, I really want the white dial or the black dial, I just wanted you to know that you will not get the enamel-filled markers here on the bezel. Now, while the markers are not applied markers, they are printed on markers. Let's see if I can get as close up here. Let's see if I can get close up here on the dial and show you how much lume is applied to those markers. You have, and you can see it raises up quite thick off of the dial there, and there is a ton of lume on it. The lume is excellent. As always, go to WatchReport.com. There will be a link in the description. I do my reviews. I kind of do them, more a first look, first impressions when I do the video. So anything that I forget here and my updated thoughts and comments will be in the full review at WatchReport.com. So please check that out. Give you a look here at the hands. I love the somewhat ladder style hands here. And the black outline on them, very nice contrast with the yellow. Crown is very solid. It's about 7-8mm crown. As you can see, no crown guards on this case, and very easy to grasp and manipulate here. And it's fairly easy and solid to screw back down here. The bezel glides very nicely. It does have a little bit of back play in it, okay? And you can see that there. But it's going to stay pretty much for the most part where you place it. Nice and easy to turn, does ratchet very nicely. Okay. Now, one of the distinctive parts of this case is, you know, this case has, you know, it has that vintage style appeal, and it has a look here. It has a look of a couple of different watches here. One of them is, to me, people might see other types of watches in it. It kind of reminds me of a Stoa Pro Diver as far as the case and the way they angle down here. And you'll notice there are some different finishes here as well. You have brush finish over the majority of the watch. But then the beveled edges here are high polished. And also high polished, it rotates in between, it alternates between the grips here. So you have brushed here, and then the grips are high polished, just to give some contrast. Another distinctive feature of this, and many people have been comparing it to the Seiko Sumo, as far as how the bezel and part of the, you know, sits down into the case, as they like to call it, a shroud. You can see how very well integrated that is. Very nicely done crown, as I said. Very easy to grip. Nice signature here. Give you another look here at the case back. This watch is 500 meters water resistant. Now, the strap that this comes on, obviously, it looks like an isofrane strap. It is not an isofrane strap, and if any of you are familiar with independent or micro brand divers out there, you might be thinking, oh, well, that is a CUDA strap. And it is not a CUDA strap as well. Prometheus had this designed to their specifications. It is not a natural rubber. It is a polyurethane rubber. But I personally have found it to be very flexible. And for the time that I have worn this on my wrist, I have not even noticed the watch being on my wrist. And that to me is a good thing. If I'm not noticing the watch on my wrist, that means that that strap is not digging into me. It's not sticking to me. It's not making, you know, I keep adjusting it because it feels uncomfortable. So as far as I'm concerned, the strap is very nice. It does the job. And of course, if you don't like the strap, which happens on, you know, can happen, you know, whether it's any watch and bracelet or strap and you don't like it, you could always switch it out and put your own real isofrane or CUDA strap on there. They also had a custom buckle made, and has the very big fat tang here to fit into the square holes, the rectangle holes. Got a signed Prometheus buckle. It's actually, it looks a little, it's because it's cut out here, so it's not super thick and heavy like some of the CUDA strap buckles. I think the CUDA strap buckles are too thick. This is a very nice buckle as far as I'm concerned. Give you another look here at the dial. And here in a minute, I'm going to put it on the wrist and show you what it looks like on my 7.5-inch wrist. So let's do that right now. Slide this on here real quick. Now, one thing I do want to point out, as I said, I have a 7.5-inch wrist. With the 52mm lug-to-lug, it fits me perfectly. And, you know, those lugs angle down too. So it should, well, they really don't. They do here, so it gives the appearance of it not being at that long. One thing I want to point out here is, like I said, I have a 7.5-inch wrist, and there's about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 holes left here, 7 or 8 maybe. I would say this strap will fit about an 8-inch wrist comfortably. If you have bigger than an 8-inch wrist, you might need a longer strap. But there's a look at it on the wrist. See, I'll raise that up and bring that back here a little bit just to give you a better look at it. So there is my look at the Prometheus Piranha. These are selling for $428. And, you know, you could check out the loom shots, all the pictures, and any info that I forgot here. And also my updated thoughts and comments in the full review at watchreport.com. Go to the link in the description. Leave a like or a comment here on YouTube. As always, please try and be respectful when you do. If you have something to say about the watch or you have a question, please ask it. Subscribe to us on YouTube if you haven't. You'll never miss another review. If you're on social media, we are as well. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and more. Find us on there, and you can follow us for news and info. This has been Don Evans for WatchReport.com. Thank you very much for watching the video.